Hello, my name is Charlie Martinez. I'm an assistant professor in the Ag Econ department and also the Farmer Financial Management Specialist with UT Extension. Additionally, I get the privilege of being the coordinator for the new UT Farming Fundamentals program. In this module, it's your very first module hopefully it's your very first module at the time. And this is going to be your introduction to the program. And I'm going to kind of walk through what you can expect and kind of give you an explanation of stuff that you're going to see and kind of the content. And so without further ado, this is the introduction to the UT Farm Fundamentals program. So from the get-go, I want y'all to know what UT Farm Fundamentals is. Last year, or in 2022, we launched a program within the Ag Econ department known as Master Farm Manager. Throughout that program, we would take surveys and ask questions about experience and requests of the producers to figure out what they needed. Very quickly, we realized that there was a need for people that are just now moving to Tennessee, given that a pandemic had hit. There was a need for new programming for beginning farmers or people that were just maybe knocking off the rust and getting back into farming. And we're trying to take it from not only a business standpoint and be serious about it, but also wanting to know what is out there in terms of laws and business and marketing and stuff of that nature. And so that became the root of what Farming Fundamentals is. And so from that standpoint, the UT Farm Fundamentals is an educational program. It's going to be 100% online. And for US producers and participants, it's going to be accessible 24/7, 365. And all resources that you will need will be on the website. And you'll be given a link with a specific password that allows you access whenever you need it. At any point while you're taking this program and you run into an issue of not having availability, just simply send me an email. I will be your point of contact for this program until further notice, until maybe I get a team of some sort. But since it's just me, you simply need to just send me an email and I will get everything situated for you. And so the focus of this program is for y'all as participants who are beginning a new venture in agriculture. And then all this stuff will be situated here on this website in order to help you start on a really good foundation and build up to a successful operation. And so who is this program meant for? It's meant for producers that are starting a new enterprise or knocking off the rust, like I said, and also have 1 to 5 years experience. Some people might have a little bit more experience, and you might need to have a little bit of a refresher on certain type of foundations or financial management foundations, and that's okay, and that's what this program can help you with. The basis of this is to learn the fundamentals of finance and farm management. It's very easy to lose sight of that whenever we operate in businesses. It does not go without saying that in certain instances that businesses have a hard time of keeping up with financial statements, keeping up with taxes and laws and stuff associated with that. And so for this is meant to be a one-stop shop for you to get everything you need to know in terms of programming, who to talk to, everything of that nature. That is what this is meant to be. And then in the meantime, we also sprinkle in certain subjects into our program. We'll get more in depth here in a little bit, but we have 4 topics that currently the program offers in terms of livestock, crops, specialty crops, and value-added products, as those were the essential programs that new beginning farmers were needing. And these are the types of things that, while these are just 4 now, we might increase this in the future. I could see in the future such a thing called carbon markets really taking over, or another emerging market that we need to do more information on. This will be a place that you can find that information. And so kind of what to expect. If during registration, you get a link and you see the face from the front and that there's all these modules. And what does that mean? Here you can see on the left-hand side, the required modules. There's going to be 5. You're right now inside the introduction one. Then you're going to have financial statements, taxes, farming foundations, and then your business actions. All that is done, and those are going to be what we're going to call the core modules, and you have to complete all 5 of those. Each module is 1.5 hours of programming, or roughly an estimate of that, and you have to complete those and complete the quizzes that are associated with those modules. And then you move on from that and say, okay, I want to pick 3, or you're going to have to pick 3 of the following 4, and you're going to pick whichever one you want to do. You can mix match, you can watch them all, but essentially, once you have 5 and you have 3, you have 8 modules, you are considered completed and certified from this program. And so what are the 5? You're going to learn in the introduction one me talking to you as you're watching right now, you're going to learn about the program, learn what it takes to qualify for certification. You're going to learn about county agents. We have county agents in the next video of this module that did a really good job of explaining what is extension. Oftentimes we in extension are left trying to curate clientele that don't have any idea of what we do, whether it's because they just never heard of extension, because extension programs are not as common, or extension programming like ours is not as common around the country. But also some folks don't necessarily understand what we do in extension. And so you're going to learn more about that in the next module or the next video of this module, and you will understand what extension offers you and what we can help you with throughout not only just the start of your business, but maintaining success for your business and operation. The next part then we get into is going to be financial statements. And keep in mind, you can take these in any order. I would really like for you to start the introduction and then work your way around the other core 5. But for sake of today, we're going to talk about financial statements. We're going to have some of our area specialists that come from the Manage program, as you see there, a photo of the Manage logo, that talk about a balance sheet and a income statement and a cash flow statement. And all three of those are the 3 most important financial documents or financial statements for a business. You need to have all 3 of those, be current and keep up with it at all times in our recommendation. We also have Dr. Chris Boyer in that group that talks about the income statement and how important that is. And so as we worked our way through these core 5, you're going to see county agents, you're going to see area specialists or area farm management specialists, and you're going to see professors from the UT Ag and Resource Economics Department. Then we move into another section that is very crucial for producers here in Tennessee, and we get into taxes. That's going to be led by Alan Galloway, who is our tax specialist, or known as our tax specialist. He's also a managed agent. And what he's going to walk through is stuff like the Greenbelt tax, stuff of that nature, what you need to know in order to have and qualify for tax breaks. We're also going to have Ty Wolliver, who's going to talk about certain taxes and how they impact your business, and he's also a managed agent. And when I keep saying these managed agents, these are agents that are strategically placed throughout the state, so that whenever you need help from a farm financial management standpoint, whether it's taxes, anything has to do with your financial statements, you can reach out to them directly if they're in your area, your specified area specialist, or you can reach out to your local county agent and they can put you in touch with those people. Then we're going to get into the farming foundations. You'll see videos such as soil fertility and how crucial that is for your land. When we buy land and we start buying more, if we're buying land or if we have already gotten land or we've inherited land, you really don't know what kind of quality of that land is until you do soil fertility testing, because then you understand what you need to do from a farming standpoint of how much fertilizer you need to put out. Being optimal and efficient with your decisions is critical in order to be a functional business. And so you're going to learn stuff of that nature. You're also going to learn about tractor parts. We have a video that's going to be an in-person type video that's looking at different tractor parts and different equipment that you'll need within your business. And then we're going to get into our business actions. This is where you'll find stuff like what kind of government programs you have. We have Dr. Aaron Smith from the Ag and Resource Economics talking about government programs that are available and other programs such as FSA and stuff of that nature. And you'll learn what all that means shortly as you work through these modules. And he'll be able to teach you about which ones are available for you. And then we have Kevin Ferguson, who's going to be talking about marketing plans. And then we have Les Humple, who's going to be talking about production budgeting. And so those things are taken care of and are also critical. And the way we look at this is that all of these core 5, not only are they interchangeable, but they're very intricate to each other and needed. And in order to start off on a solid foundation, we feel that this is the 5 that you need to understand. You got to understand what is extension and how can we help you. You got to understand your financial statements, because at the end of the day, you have to be able to keep a health check on your business. You also got to understand your taxes associated with your business. You got to know what you're doing from a farming foundation standpoint, and then putting a business in action. That's what these core 5 are meant to be. Teach you how to think about your business from these standpoints, because that's what's going to allow you to have not only start off on a good foundation, but also one that's going to make you successful. And then we get into our choice ones. These are our 4, and we'll talk about right off the top, livestock basics. We have Jesse Shanks, who goes in and talks about small ruminants, goats and lambs, stuff of that nature. and kind of the basics that are needed for those types of entities. I know we have folks moving into Tennessee that are starting meat goat operations. Well, what do you need to know? That's this video that's there to show you and help you understand what's happening from a production and a management standpoint. And then we have Dr. Justin Reinhardt, who's a beef specialist in the animal science department within UT. And he talks about the basics that you need to know from a cow-calf production standpoint, fertility, things to think about from a production standpoint. You know, if we buy a group of females, you know, he's going to walk you through why everything's important in terms of keeping up with a defined breeding season, keeping up with your bulls and stuff of that nature. When do you need a bull? Stuff of that nature is what that video is going to show you. And then we get into in that same livestock basics, poultry, essentially backyard poultry, and that's done by one of our agents, John Goddard, out of Loudoun County. He does a really good job, and it's an hour long, or roughly an hour long. You can watch that video if you want to get more in depth on backyard poultry. But essentially, if you watch that video and watch one of the livestock ones because you don't want to do small ruminant, that's okay. Just in the quiz, I will have you acknowledge which one you watched, and that will adjust your questions. And then within the next group, we have specialty crops. We are very privileged here in Tennessee to have a really good group of people that work in specialty crops. And in the video, you're going to see Greg Upchurch going through what specialty crops you can produce here. And I think this is where we really get into the point of he does a good job of highlighting how much effort and time you have to put into specialty crops. And then we have our friends at the Center of Profitable Ag get into value-added programming and stuff of that nature, and what you're going to need to know if you're going to be doing and selling products throughout the state. And so I really say thank you to them for putting together that, because I think we're very blessed here in Tennessee to have the Center of Profitable Ag, who are very hands-on and very knowledgeable with the value-added. I'd recommend anybody that has those types of questions in terms of value-added programming, don't hesitate to reach out to the Center of Profitable Ag. And then lastly, we have the crop section. Our friends out in the West Tennessee area, they put together a hands-on video that was well done, and I appreciate them for doing that. Talking about the basics of the 3 row crops, kind of the insects that you're going to run into if you're doing that, if you're starting in those 3 row crops, and everything else you need to know in between, calibration, stuff of that nature. And all of this encompasses the 3, you have to pick out 3 of the 4. But in my opinion, if you want to sit and watch all 4, they're all very highly educational, and I'd really recommend to do that. But again, you only need 3 of these 4 in order to qualify for certification. And so throughout the time, you're going to see people talk about resources that are available either at their website or resources that I have available for you in our website here at UT Farming Fundamentals. And so be careful and kind of be cognizant of, certain websites, some certain ones they want you to be directed towards. And so as you can see up here, we have decision aid tools that are coming from and budgets that are coming from my department, the Department of Ag and Resource Economics. But there's also tools available from the Animal Science Department and the Crops Department and stuff of that nature. And you'll be directed towards certain resources throughout your video or throughout your time, throughout the modules. There'll be certain ones that we have uploaded PowerPoints for you. If you need one throughout the time where I don't have it up there, but you would really like it, just simply send me an email and I will get you that PowerPoint, and no hesitation whatsoever if you ever have questions about the PowerPoints that are uploaded. Already kind of said to go to, department websites. You'll see in the crops video, there's a link underneath the video for the crop section that directs you towards UT Crops. And you'll see why in the video, why you would want to go to that website and see things. And if you need any other kind of resource, you have questions about certain things, don't ever hesitate to email me. I will work diligently and quickly to get you what you need. And so throughout this time, and Greg Upchurch in his video will mention this in the specialty crops, but you also, throughout this whole experience and educational program, I want you to be truthful with yourself. Oftentimes people want to get into agriculture and they say, well, I just want to have cows because, that's what I've always liked and I've always admired them and I want some. Okay, that's fine if that's what you want, because there are tax benefits and stuff of that nature that are associated with livestock. More power to you. But if you're going to really start thinking about it from a business standpoint, we want to be truthful about what we need. It's going to take a heck of commitment in order in terms of time, money, resources. If you're going to be operating livestock, or if you're going to have specialty crops, do you have enough time to put on the weekends or random Sunday mornings or random Saturday nights, whenever stuff is happening at the farm that you have to be there. Are you willing and able and capable to do that? You got to have a serious commitment to being successful in the agriculture and farming business, or any type of enterprise. And so if you're doing that, what we hope is that as you take these modules and you understand what's needed, and if you're being truthful with yourself, you'll understand what more questions you need or what questions you have, and therefore you'll be continually learning. You know, the agriculture is constantly evolving, whether it's policy or whether it's something else. You're always having to be and always having to continue to learn, and that's what we hope that these modules help you understand. And so we've kind of mentioned it, but I'll put it here for you: how to complete this course, or what makes you certified for the course. Watch all the content for the core modules. Remember, we had 5. You got to watch all the content for those. Complete the module quizzes at the end, and you'll see your row of videos or a couple of videos, and there'll be a link underneath to fill out the quiz. You just need to simply fill it out one time. I'll get it and record that, and we'll keep up with it on our side. And then once you hit all 8, you're done. You got to pick 3 of the 4 modules. At the time of this video, we only have 4, but we might have more in the future. You simply have to pick 3. Again, complete the quizzes. And I receive the quizzes as you fill them out, and we'll keep track. And once 8 is completed, you are done. You are completely certified. And so once you're certified, what does that mean for you? Well, what's after that is hopefully you've learned, you've had fun learning the subjects and the content and the objectives that we've set forth. And hopefully it's stuff you've never seen before, or stuff that you've forgotten how to kind of think about and go, oh crap, I do remember that. I do remember what an asset or a accounts payable or a cash flow or a balance sheet. I remember all that kind of stuff now, I've heard of it. And then if you are enrolled in the TAEP program, Tennessee Ag Enhancement Program, you are good to go with the certification for 3 years, and we'll worry about that on our side to get you the certification, and that before you can go then complete your requirements set forth by TAEP. Keep in mind, we do not set the rules for that. That is set by TDA and TAEP, and you'll kind of learn that a little bit throughout, especially from like Dr. Aaron Smith when he talks about TAEP. And then hopefully, you'll learn here and start you off on a good foundation. And you might be more interested in row crops, or more interested in poultry, or more interested in small ruminant, or more interested in learning more about farm and financial management. Well, that's where we have all these programs here at University of Tennessee Extension. We have a plethora of stuff for you to pick from that if you're looking for. We have Master Beef, a very popular one. We have Tennessee Master Row Crop, Tennessee Master Beekeeping Program. We have the Tennessee Master Farm Manager, the poultry one, Master Horse, small ruminant. And so if those are more of your interest, we have them here at UT, and we hope that you continue to learn because as I mentioned earlier, stuff is constantly changing. Techniques are changing, management styles are changing, or management techniques are changing, production systems are changing. These programs will be the first to let you know which ones are good or which ones can be helpful with your program. You'll see this in the next module, but we have 95 counties and we're split up into 3 regions, but we have county agents in every county. And so if you ever need anything or you have questions about stuff, you don't simply just have to reach out to your local county agent, and you'll learn that in the next module. Whatever you need, we're here for and to help you with your business. Never hesitate to either email me or an area specialist or a county agent. If you need help, we're here for that. We want you to be successful. We don't want you to fail. And we'd rather be proactive in helping you get ahead of a problem rather than being reactive and having to get out of bad debt or bad farm debt. We don't want that situation for you. And so with that, I'm going to stop, and this video will end, and there's my contact information if you ever need it. If you're on Twitter, that's my Twitter handle at Farm Management. And we will always, on that Twitter handle, I'll always be updating stuff that is farmer financial management based. But if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Again, we have 95 counties with agents in each one of them. And if you ever need anything, just reach out. Thank you for taking UT Farm Fundamentals, and I hope you have fun. I hope you learn, and we'll see y'all around.